guys who combined to play 15 seasons in the National Football League trenches. Well, 2 guys. And Mackey, who didn't do shit. This is the OLine Committee.
Quick
Gentlemen.
question. Hold on, quick question.
Gentlemen.
Can we get my intro picture off of my rookie year? I look like I'm fucking 12 years old.
What are you talking about?
No, absolutely
the
not.
intro picture
I
literally
am 12 years
looks
old
like I am 12 years old. That's my rookie. That's my rookie. I think that's my rookie year headshot.
Ultra. Hit him with the ultra. Go ahead, Mackie.
I'm just saying.
Way to start out the first
I
fucking
look like
day of
I'm
football
5
like a
years old.
bitch. God, dude, you and
Just
Providence, you're both just pissing me
Wow.
off today.
You're just throwing your whole school under the bus?
Throw everybody under the bus. Who does back to school night the first day of football? Who does that?
Wow, that does lack some
I forgot a
awareness.
hockey state.
Yeah, you live in a
Oh, you're ripping the state.
Don't even get me started.
You're an
just wanna watch
instigator.
Well,
That's an
we-
instigator fine right
Fist
there.
fuck Dallas, but instead I
Oh
gotta
my
go.
God.
My name is Mrs. Wellington, and this year we're gonna learn. I'm gonna be like, I bet Saquon.
Are you going to
right
put a
now
real
is
shirt
just-
on?
No, probably not. It's yard work day. What do you want me to say? Come as I am. What? Leave me alone.
You know, I know what would get everyone excited at back to school night. If you went and said, "Hey, we have a HelloFresh promo code for you guys." Before we make we're going to pick the whole season here in a second, and we'll do our first weekly picks, which are back on the podcast this year after being on social media last year. But HelloFresh, you may have heard of HelloFresh. Send chef-crafted recipes and fresh ingredients right to your home. Super convenient. So if you don't have time for the grocery store, or you got a family, or I don't know, you got back to school events.
We're taking ours this weekend. We're going to Lake McConaughey this weekend. So we're
so you
take,
got your HelloFresh
We're going to take
order.
our HelloFresh with us, right to.
Oh,
right
you
to
and
Lake
Matthew?
McConaughey.
That's cute.
Matthew, who's Matthew?
McConaughey.
Oh wow, that was
Never mind.
a terrible.
No,
attempt.
it wasn't.
That was a terrible attempt at a joke.
Dude,
But
you're just off, and you know what it
continue with
is?
your read.
Is that
Shut
a
up.
polo you're wearing?
Shut up! Shut up! Continue with your read.
Wearing a polo.
Continue with your read.
Whether you're wearing a polo or a tank top or it's yard working day, HelloFresh can make food and eating and cooking much more convenient for you. They've doubled their menu. They've got healthier options, tastier options. I sent a bunch of meat options to the Sirles household. The best way to cook just got better. You can also help the show when you go to HelloFresh.com/OLine10FM. Get 10 free meals and enjoy. Free meals applied as discount on the first box. New subscribers only, varies by plan, but that's HelloFresh.com/OLine10FM to get 10 free meals, and you help the show by getting those meals as well. That's probably a record for the most dings in the first 5 minutes of an
It's
O-line.
football
Easily.
day. Everyone's
I blame
super,
Sirles.
Everyone's super
Started out
excitable today.
sensitive. No, it's you, dude. You are not excitable
Hold
right
on,
now.
hold on 1 second. Honey Bear, can you come out of your room and grab my water and bring it downstairs, please?
That's a fine. Ding the shit out of him right now for pausing this.
Thank you. Listen, she's
First
in
of all,
quiet
who's
time right
Honey
now.
Bear? That's what we
My
need
daughter.
to know.
My daughter
Okay,
is
well,
Honey
we didn't
Bear,
know if you're
okay?
talking to her.
My
or
daughter
Mama.
is Honey Bear. Leave her alone.
Love it.
I need my water. I left it upstairs. She's in quiet time, so that's the kids, indentured servants.
Quiet time. I'll
They
tell
are
you
in-
the last
they
time
are
they put me in
indentured
quiet
servants.
time.
Yeah, well, we raise our children over here to have some me time, okay?
Oh no, believe me, we do too. You need that like go study, right? Go
And it's not
read.
for them. It's
No,
for me.
for
Like,
you.
It's my me time, right? Like, hey, you guys go to quiet time, gather yourselves. Grab my water for me and bring it down, please. Thank you. Indentured servants, man. I'm telling you, kids are nothing more than indentured servants.
And they
I
can
love
drive
it.
you around in a decade.
Oh, I
It's gonna
can't
be
wait.
great, man.
Take care
Hey,
of
you take care of your daughter because daughters are going to take care of daddy when his brain's a little.
Oh, for sure.
Which is about 15 years sooner if you play in the National Football
Oh,
League.
yeah.
So, yeah. Are you guys ready to pick the entire season right
I'm
now?
so
Let's
ready.
go, dude. I'm so excited.
I'm gonna get in trouble. I
So am I. I've already thought about it.
I've already thought about it. I'm gonna
People
get
are
in
mad.
trouble.
People are gonna call me and go, "You
are gonna-
motherfucker."
Well,
false spell.
you
People are
can't-
gonna get upset.
You can't put every team in the playoffs. We'll
I
start
know,
with
but, like-
Jeremiah.
Oh, don't do it.
We'll start with Jeremiah, and we're gonna go through phases here. So we're gonna pick the 14 playoff teams.
Yep.
Stop there, and then so we'll all go around the room, and then in the second round we will pick the Super Bowl teams and the winner.
Yes.
All right. And we also have to squeeze in our week 1 picks here. We're just gonna pick the hell out of the NFL here today. So Jay, give us your NFC and AFC playoff teams, all 14 of them.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up. I have it on my notes app here. All right. So, AFC. I got the Chiefs winning the West. Until 15 is no longer the quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs, they're the top dogs, right? So I got the Chiefs winning the West. I got the Ravens winning the North. I think that's going to be a really tight run, but I think the Ravens are still there. I have Houston winning the South. I know. I think it's a toss-up between Houston and the Colts, honestly. I think those two are really going to be the ones that go for it. Then, of course, I have the Bills winning the East. My 2 wildcard teams are going to be Broncos, Bengals, and then the Chargers are going to sneak in. I think there's three AFC West teams that make it into the playoffs this year.
It's a tough division.
That's a tough division. The only thing that'll derail that is if they end up just beating the crap out of each other and they all tie. Right? They all split 1-1 or something like that. That could derail that. Yeah. But you look around the league, the only other ones that can really make a push there, maybe the Colts or maybe the Steelers. I don't know. The Steelers are so dependent on Aaron Rodgers.
You're sleeping on a team right now. I can't believe it. I'm like, oh my God. There's no way that you're sleeping on this team right now because I'm actually thinking they're going to win their division. We're going to fight each other for sure.
That's fine. That's my thoughts. That's my thoughts. That's my thoughts. Okay.
Okay. Give us your. Okay. So those are your 7 AFCs. Yep. Give us your 7 NFCs.
NFC Lions are winning the North. I think the Lions are winning the North.
Oh shit!
Listen, just because they lose 2 coordinators, we talked about it. What did we talk about on the show 2 days ago? Bill Belichick, and it was like, oh, it was Tampa. No, it was Bill. Like it was Bill. No. It's the players, and they did not lose hardly anyone besides a couple coordinators. I think that's still their dog. Tampa wins the South. I like Tampa winning the South. I have Seattle winning the West.
Okay, so we agree on that. We agree on that. Oh, dude, so do I.
Because LA is one bad hit away from Matthew Stafford not being the guy, and I worry about his health long term. The Niners, they don't have a true number 1 receiver besides old Ricky Pearsall there. And Cardinals live a lot to be desired, right? Phillies win in the East. And then, so that's my 4. Then I have the Packers making it. I have Carolina making it. And then I have the Vikings squeezing in there at the last spot.
Okay.
So I've got 3 NFC North teams, 3 AFC West teams making the playoffs here. Those are my picks.
Okay. Let's get to Alex next, and then I'll make mine. And then there's tons of discussion off just the playoff teams once we all lay our cards on the table. All right. A couple really, I just put a pin in 2 or 3 things there that are fascinating. Okay, Rhino, go next.
All right, you ready? Already hit me with the ding for the homer fine. I'm going with the Chargers are winning the West. I know.
It's a homer and a
Harbaugh fan. Hit me with it, baby. I'm cool with that. Okay, listen. I got the Bills winning the East. No surprise there. I got the Bengals winning the North. I know I've gone fucking crazy.
You literally ranked them as a half-star offensive line 2 days ago.
I'm not worried about it. I'm not really worried about it that much.
Not at all.
What are you talking about?
I'm kind of over here listen, I think they're somehow going to make this happen with the 3 of them. I think they could do
the somehow is
they score 40. They score 45
which
points
they will. It'll make sense in the end. Okay, calm down. All right, here we go. Ready? I am totally going to eat this later, but I have the Colts winning the South. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
I might eat that later. That's okay. So I gave you the West,
Daniel Jones
East,
season, baby.
North. Obviously,
Daniel Jones season.
Listen. They have a running back over there that's really fucking good too. You could do some good things with there, and they came from Philly, right? Like they're okay. Calm down. I obviously am going to have the Chiefs in the playoffs. I'm not an idiot. I'm going to put the Broncos in the playoffs. And I'm putting the Ravens in the playoffs. So they're my 3 after the 4.
Wow.
So the only difference we have there is Houston.
In terms of playoff teams.
Making the playoffs.
Different division winners. Different division winners.
Big time different. I mean, the Bengals over the Ravens in that division is massive. Obviously, Chargers over Chiefs. So there's a bunch of big shifts in division winners here.
Going crazy.
All right. NFC.
You ready? NFC North, I got the Packers winning. I'm sorry. I just think this trade is going to be massive for them.
If he can play.
Yeah, all of a sudden what we kind of joked about on Monday was kind of coming to fruition. Oh shit.
I mean, Matt LaFleur was literally like, well, we got to get him out to practice and see what he can do. I was like, he hasn't practiced yet. But never underestimate the vets. Never underestimate a veteran's ability to be ready week 1.
And not only that,
I tell that to my rookies all the time. Like, dude, this dude's hurt. He's not going to be ready to go. I don't believe never underestimate a veteran's ability
Matt
to be
LaFleur
ready
is
for
messing
week
with
1.
everybody. He's messing with everybody. I don't know if he's going to play. 90 minutes before that game, those tacklers are going to be like, is he playing? He is. He's playing.
What's the inactive?
Son of a bitch.
What's the inactive list? Is he on the inactive list? What's the inactive
You're going to
list?
want to know. All right, so I got the Packers. Tampa, I'm with you there. Dude, Seattle. I thought I was going to be the only one to have Seattle there. I
think they're turning a huge corner this year.
I want offensive line, dude. Come on, don't even get me started.
Well,
right?
Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, the Sam Darnold is better than Geno Smith, in my opinion.
Especially for that offense.
The biggest question is, are they going to be able to get to the passer? Right?
I agree.
They have Leonard Williams, and then they drafted a guy, I think, but I'm not convinced they're going to be able to get to the passer as much as they need to in that division. That's the only thing holding them back, in my opinion.
I'm not so worried about that division. I don't think we rate them very high. But anyways, Washington's obviously getting in. I have the Lions getting in. And I know. I'm sorry. And this is where we kind of differ, Jay. I don't have Carolina. I have Minnesota making it in.
That's fair.
Wait. You, I'm sorry. Do you have Eagles winning the East?
Yeah. And then I have Washington making it in.
Got it. Okay.
I know.
So Eagles win division, and your wild cards are Washington,
Minnesota,
Minnesota.
Lions. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. The North. I think the North.
Dude, the Commanders are the ones that I was going back and forth on, and like if Jaden Daniels takes any type of sophomore slump, that division is so tough, right? You drop 2 to Philly. I don't know, man. Dallas is going to be able to play well in the regular season like they always do. But I don't know. I wanted to put the Commanders in, but I really believe in the Panthers, and I believe in their strength of schedule. That's the reason I gave, because the Commanders have a much tougher schedule than the Carolina Panthers.
All right, let me throw mine out here.
Here we go.
There's a couple
Vikings win the North.
Themes.
I gotta win the NFC North.
I actually have the Vikings winning 3 different divisions. So it's crazy. So we'll start with the AFC. I got the Vikings winning the AFC North. The South. Now, I got the Homer fine.
Yeah, of course.
I got the Buffalo Bills winning. I feel like the Bills, for how stacked they are and the quarterback that they have and the schedule that they have, I actually think they have a really clear path to like a 13 or 14 win season if they stay healthy. So,
agreed.
Ravens, I've got winning the AFC North. Tough schedule for them, but man, they are just loaded. And Derrick Henry, like, is he going to creep over the age cliff? I don't know. He's still a right tackle in a running back.
He's one of the timeless. He's one of the timeless backs that just doesn't seem to slow down.
And even if he slows a little bit, like, who's tackling him? So he's still going
to be. It's going to hurt.
410 yards. I think the Chargers, even without Rashawn Slater.
Thank you.
The Chargers
hit him with it. Hit him with the homer fine right now, or you have to rescind mine.
No, it's only yours because you started with
bullshit.
it. You literally started with your
bullshit.
Dad. You literally were like, Dad's winning the West.
You're just mad.
I'm not
so
mad.
They moved Joe Alt over to left tackle. I didn't know that our last episode. I thought they were finding a different solution. So they kind of create 2 potential problems unless he sticks at left tackle. But we'll see. My logic here is Jim Harbaugh, as an NFL head coach, averages 11.5 wins. There's something about those cult gatherings. You all put on your little khakis, Booney, and you start drinking the Kool-Aid.
That's what it is, because you don't understand the secret signals. And I saw the bat signal in the air the other day, and I was like, oh my God, here we go, baby. Brazil is about to.
I want to see Jim Harbaugh in Brazil, just bouncing.
Going nuts with his khakis. Oh, for sure.
So I got the Chargers.
Habla Espanol. You think Jim speaks Spanish? You think Jim speaks any Spanish?
Not a lick, buddy.
So como
yo necesito.
And you guys have in the AFC South, Alex has the Colts winning the division. Jeremiah has the Texans winning the division. I have the Jacksonville Jaguars winning the AFC South.
Duval.
I know that he had a weird introductory press conference. The offensive line is a little suspect, but so is Houston's, by the way.
Agreed.
And
agreed.
My logic here is Trevor Lawrence, who still has a ton of untapped productivity, finally gets the Sean McVay tree guy. And when you think of Sean McVay tree guys, you think of 5 other people before you get to Liam Cohen. But Liam Cohen spent 3 years under Sean McVay, was the offensive coordinator like 3 years ago, helped Baker Mayfield hit a new level. So giving the Sean McVay young, bright, offensive-minded guy to Trevor Lawrence, I think, is enough to get to like 10 wins and win that division. The other 3 AFC wildcard teams are the Chiefs. They grinded so many one-score games last year that they're a playoff team, but it just feels like there might be a reset coming. I love the Broncos, man. The Broncos,
Dude.
They can play defense. They've got a couple little weapons there.
They just paid
Sean
Batonio
Payton.
like $120
Did you see
million
that?
today too.
Let's go, bro.
Yep.
Hey, those edge rushers.
And then my last wild card team is the New England Patriots.
Wow.
You're going nuts.
They've got one of the worst schedules, like in terms of ease of schedule, projected wins of their opponents in the entire league. I know they have questions on the offensive line and weapons, but Mike Vrabel plus Drake May plus second easiest schedule in the league. I think they sneak to like 9 wins, get a tiebreaker.
I mean,
in there,
Trayvon
make the
Hendrickson's going to be a huge weapon for them in the run game, the rookie out of Ohio State. Obviously, you have Diggs on the edge there. Is Hunter Henry still there?
I
Right,
think
as
so.
a tight end.
By the
Right.
way,
say he is, yeah.
Garrett Bradbury can get out and run block, so
Yeah,
you can.
I mean,
you can run the ball.
It's going to be. I just don't know if they have the depth to make a playoff run. I think they're getting much better as a squad, but I don't know about the depth of that team being able to make it the 18-game meat grinder.
So the teams I have out are the Houston Texans with just a questionable offensive line. They got a tough schedule. Also, they're not as good as people think they've been the last. People think I don't know, like they're like a 10-win team the last couple of years, just
Their
sneaking in.
defense is so good, Mac.
It is.
Their
They got-
defense,
they
like
got
with
edges.
D'Amico Ryan, Daniil Hunter, you've got Will Anderson. Like their defense is going to help them win a lot of games this year. And if CJ Stroud, if Nico Collins can stay healthy, that duo was so lethal early in the part last year. I mean, he was just running over the top of everybody.
But dude, last year they kind of showed who they really are. They were undisciplined. They caused a lot of penalties. They got themselves in a lot of trouble, a lot of sacks, a lot of bad plays. Like you have to really overcome that for
He
me
had
to
no
believe you're
weapons.
gonna do.
He had no weapons. I mean, Stephon Diggs gets hurt immediately. Nico Collins gets hurt immediately. Tank Dell snaps his leg again. He
Yeah,
had
but that
no
wasn't
one to
until
throw
later in the
football
year.
to.
I mean,
they run, but I don't know if they can
No, it
run the
wasn't.
ball. They've got dude.
that's
they're
the problem. Is I
Dude,
don't.
they've
I
got
don't.
Chubb.
But I
Chubb,
don't.
the
I think
ageless
they said-
wonder.
I know.
Is he
no,
Ageless.
no,
blows
no,
his
listen.
knee out, comes
I think-
back.
I think
Joe
they were
Mixon
saying
will
the
be back.
opposite.
Joe Mixon will be back week 4. They'll be fine.
I want to
I
be
think
in
that's the
Jeremiah's
problem.
fantasy league where he's
Yeah,
drafting
seriously.
from 5 years ago.
Yeah,
basically.
he'll
Dude,
be fine.
the Chubb and the Mixon thing, like I think they're really trying to push it down the road, and they're trying to be like, we'll do anything we can, but they just
Forget
they're
about
not gonna
Damian
have it.
Pierce. Damian Pierce will be fine. They'll be fine.
Mhm.
They'll be fine. We're
Okay,
fine.
you have them
fine.
winning the South, huh? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But I got the Bengals. I don't know, man. Like offensive line and defense are just still question marks, and there's a couple good teams in that division. This could be the year where they make a coaching change. Just my take. I wanted to find room for the Raiders so badly because I do think Pete Carroll changes cultures. But that division, they also have. I was looking at. I think like one of the hidden parts of schedules is do you have rest advantages or not? And the Raiders have like a historically hard rest disadvantage schedule. They are a 19 net days of rest disadvantage on their schedule where they're playing a short week versus a team that's well rested or whatever the math is.
That hurts.
In a brutal division. So they're probably a year away. Okay, NFC playoff teams. Kind of feels like the Eagles and the Lions might regress, but people are taking that narrative way too far.
I
I've
agree.
got Eagles winning the East. I still think the Lions have a brutal schedule and new coordinators, and they swapped out 40% of their offensive line. They do have a 13-day net rest advantage on their schedule, so that helps. But they're still, man, they won 15 games. So let's this is what people are doing incorrectly. Well, the Lions lost this and this and have a tough schedule. Okay, so let's subtract from 15 wins down to like 11.
Right.
Instead, they're not going to be
It's
like
not
a
like, they're
7-win
6
team.
and they're 6 and 10,
Right.
6 and 11. Like that's not happening. Like they have
Right.
way too many weapons on both sides of the football.
So Lions are in, Eagles are in. I have the 49ers with a really smooth schedule.
Wow.
Kyle Shanahan always bounces back after a bad season. And
Didn't we talk about this offseason about how their window is closed? Didn't you tell us? Weren't you part of that discussion?
Super Bowl window?
Okay. So you think they're still going to win the division, but the Super Bowl window's closed?
I worry about Stafford's back.
Yes.
I do like the Seahawks. I do agree with
yeah.
the Seahawks being competitive. But San Francisco, if you look at their schedule, schedule matters. Like people sometimes just don't factor in. There could be every year there's teams that have no business on paper being 10 or 11 wins, but they get to play the Browns twice. And so San Francisco, their season at Seattle, tough. They might lose that game. Then they get New Orleans, Arizona, Jacksonville. You get a couple tough games against the Rams and the Buccaneers. But there's a stretch where you get like the Giants, Cardinals, Panthers, who are going to be competitive, Browns, Titans, Colts.
But what you
Bears.
forget is all the other teams get those exact same teams. Like besides, like they all get to play the AFC South this year, right? It's the AFC South or the NFC. Yeah, they all get to play the AFC South. So it's truly, in my opinion, that division is going to come down to the in-division games. Right? I think that division is going to beat everyone else up. Like that's going to come down, and that's where I don't know if they can hold up against Seattle, Arizona, and LA enough to win. That was my big decision maker on Seattle's. Like, schedule's all even. The division, I think Seattle's the better one. In the division.
You could guarantee me 17 games of healthy Matthew Stafford, I'd have them winning the division.
I think we all would have taken him. That was the one thing that probably put us all away was like, his back's hurt.
If you could guarantee me 17, I would probably have them in my Super Bowl matchup. Being very honest. Like, if you could guarantee me Stafford's health through the entirety of the season, I would say they were in the Super Bowl. But there's just too many question marks there.
I have the Falcons winning the NFC South.
Wow.
Michael Penix with some juice. They have one of the easiest schedules on paper. Again, they've got some high-end weapons, man. Bijan Robinson, Drake London broke out last year.
Kyle Pitts.
You guys like well, we're still waiting for that generational breakout, aren't we? You guys like their offensive line, even though they lost Drew Dahlman in your rankings from earlier this week. So, and you know what? Raheem Morris seems like he's got that locker room to this point. Sure. So, and that division's just wildly up in the air all the time. My wild card teams, I've got the Packers, 11 wins last year despite barely winning any division games. They had to block a kick to win one division game. But you have Micah Parsons, top 10 scoring offense, 6th best scoring defense, and they got better probably. So Packers, Vikings,
of course,
well coached, top 5 O-line, according to you guys, not the homer here. Top 5 pass rush factually in terms of like pressure rates and everything. They got weapons. So if JJ McCarthy isn't a train wreck, they should be able to put together 10, 11, 12 wins and get in as a wildcard team. 9 to 11. That's fair. And then I have the Carolina Panthers as a wildcard team.
Yes.
Hot in the second half last year. They don't play a 2024 playoff team until week 9 on their schedule.
Question. Sirles, who was your third wildcard team? Panthers, Washington.
I didn't have Washington.
Oh, I thought you did.
You've got Packers, Panthers, Vikings.
Packers, Vikings.
We both have Washington out.
Yeah,
Jay and I do.
I think Washington's out.
Wow.
Rams out. I wanted to put the
Rams
Seahawks
is not
in.
unsurprising though, dude. I'm telling you, when you have the biggest player on your team is like already hurt.
I worry about that offense after a year of people putting it on tape and then figuring out how to stop it. And can that offense transition to something different, right? Because we have to give D coordinators a ton of credit in this league. You put a year of offense on tape, right? Last year, that was a new offense. You didn't know what to plan for with Jaden Daniels, all of that. Now you come in there. I don't really believe they have a true RB1. I mean, I think that they're trying to figure that out, and that's going to hurt in that run scheme. And again, running quarterback young like Jaden Daniels, health plays a concern for me there.
Yeah. There is one team. I know there's a big faction of this team's fans that consume this podcast, and this team has not been mentioned yet, and that fan base is going to be pissed. So we should spend a couple minutes on the Chicago Bears. I told the Purple Daily guys this week, Bears fans think they're in the playoffs. I would be shocked if the Bears made the playoffs. That division, and also I keep bringing up schedules. So the Bears play 9 true road games this year. Because it's one of those years, there's 17 games, you play an extra road game, 9 road games, 8 home games. Here are their road opponents. Mm-hmm. Detroit, Pete Carroll's feisty Vegas Raiders. That's a tough game. Commanders, Ravens, Bengals, Vikings, Eagles, Packers, 49ers. So if you go, I would say 4-5 in those 9 road games would be pretty successful for the Bears. If you could win 4 of those games. Are you finding 5 or 6 out of 8 home games as wins when you've got Vikings, Packers, Lions all coming to town? So I just like schedule-wise, first year in a new system, I don't know, man.
Wait a minute,
I'd
serious?
be shocked if the Bears made the playoffs.
You're being serious? You think I'm not. I don't even think they're gonna. No. What? Are you crazy?
I'm saying I'd be shocked.
Has Caleb Williams even showed me anything? No. What
but
makes you think
Bears fans think that they're
yeah, they're also
going
delusional in Chicago. They're not. What are you talking about? You think because you got a new coach, all of a sudden everything just changes? Everyone's like, okay, guys, now we really try. Now we try really, really hard. Like, You realize Micah Parsons just got moved right into this division, right? Like,
Let
you're
me
going to
ask you
be
this, Mac. Let me ask you
running
this
from him.
quick question.
Get the fuck outta
If
here.
you had, would you trust right now an unproven J.J. McCarthy who's never played a snap in the NFL, or year 2 Caleb Williams?
In what context?
In
their
that they're-
current,
in the-
current context?
In
Yes.
that
Right
they're
now.
both, if they're both going to pilot the Bears, who do you take?
Oh, the Bears?
if
JJ
you think-
McCarthy.
Really
In that system? Oh,
Well-
God. On schedule? Yeah.
interesting.
Do I think Caleb with Kevin O'Connell would be interesting,
No.
talent-wise? I think JJ's a much better quarterback for Ben Johnson's system than Caleb Williams is.
I could agree with that. I just think that's gonna be a really interesting storyline to follow, is year 2 after a guy that got his teeth kicked in rookie year, or the unproven guy. I think it's gonna be really fascinating to watch those two trajectories in the NFC North.
Yeah. Dude, I still can't believe the Bears decided, let's try it 1 year with the Eberflus staff. Like, dude, just
They were
start
holding out for
over.
Ben Johnson. They were like, we're just holding out for Ben.
They knew what they were
tank
doing.
for Ben. Tank for Ben.
Tank for Ben.
All right, let's make our Super Bowl picks here. We'll do Super Bowl matchup and then Super Bowl picks here after we shout out MyBookie here. All right, MyBookie.ag, where you can get in on various forms of action. You could be that guy in your group chat that's just obnoxiously bragging to your friends about the parlay that you hit, whatever it may be, college ball, NFL, super contest, survivor pools. If you're new to MyBookie, use the code OLine, and any bet you choose up to $500 is fully covered. MyBookie.ag, make your play. If it doesn't hit, you get it right back when using your bet back bonus token. So use that code OLine at MyBookie.ag. There's no better time to jump in, no better place to play. Football is back. You can make some money with MyBookie. All right. Whoops. We'll start with Jeremiah here as I fat finger these buttons. Give me your Super Bowl matchup and who wins the Super Bowl. And then we'll do the same with Alex and myself.
So I have the Bills playing the Eagles, and I have the Bills winning the Super Bowl.
Oh my
I
God.
have the Bills playing the Eagles, and I think this is the year
Bit
that
of a homer
Josh
find
Allen.
there. Bit of a homer find.
How so? You
You're a
just
Bills
agreed
mafia.
with me that their entire schedule, they have an MVP quarterback.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing.
I think that this is
You did
finally
go through
the
a
years-
table, though, so
That's
it is
fair.
a homer.
This is finally the year that I think the Bills get over the hump. I think this is the year that Josh Allen hosts the Lombardi in Orchard Park, New York.
Boy, that'd be quite the storyline, because there'd be talk of an Eagles dynasty, or if they can win one,
Yep.
Right.
where maybe there's a dynasty brewing, and then the Bills are one of the just great sad stories in the NFL's history based on the early 90s.
Also, the Super Bowl tickets for that game would be awesome.
Insane.
Oh,
They would.
let's go. Okay. Alex?
I had the Bills winning the Super Bowl, and it was either going to be over the Eagles or the Packers.
Pick
and
one.
I thought,
Pick one. You don't
I'll
get
go
to
with
say
you on this
more.
one. I'll go with you on this one. I'll go Eagles with you on this for sure. I definitely
you
have.
guys are
I think
matching.
this is Josh's year. I think he's cemented himself in this league. He's phenomenal. I think he's a stud. I think this is the year that they fucking put it all together. But I don't think he wins the MVP though.
I don't either.
I have somebody else.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
It's hard to repeat MVP years because
Oh, dude.
you have to basically be better than you were the year before, and that's going to be really hard. For Josh's numbers last year were gaudy. I mean, they were nuts.
Yeah,
I know someone who's about to have some more gaudy numbers.
Josh Allen almost had the best numbers in the league of any quarterback.
Almost.
last year. It's crazy.
Almost.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second. All right, I would be a fraud. I literally just got done recording the Purple Daily version of this, in which I picked playoff teams, Super Bowl winners.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be a fraud if I did something different on this show than on
Yes.
Purple Daily, right?
Yes,
so
you would.
I have the Buffalo Bills playing the Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl.
And
I think the Lions, we talked about the Bills. You guys hit all the good points. I feel like the Lions take a dip in regular season record, 11, 12 wins for all the reasons we talked about, but they are so battle tested that Jared Goff's been to a Super Bowl. And so I could see the Lions maybe with a lesser regular season, maybe going on the road and getting through to the Super Bowl. and I hate to do this, but like I agree. I think it's the Buffalo Bills Super Bowl championship.
Dude, we're all on the same page.
Great football minds, man. Great football minds. That's why we
Mackie,
do this
I'm not
show.
gonna lie.
That's why we do this show.
We can't even do a steak and a beer.
I know.
Off this,
That's-
though.
I mean, that's all right, though.
None of us talked about this either, and that's what's so messed up about this is we
Yeah.
all just come to the same conclusion. But Mackie, had you said Lions over Bills, that would have also been a great prediction. Like that would have been sweet. But
I
It
mean,
would
both
be-
just tortured franchises.
Yep.
Right.
and I
Both
think
have
the
been-
Bills get paid off this year for sure. I mean, honestly, Josh Allen last year MVP. This year he's going to come back have a
The
stellar year.
only thing I worry about the Buffalo Bills, the only thing,
Don't do it.
is if Shakir or Coleman regress. And then it's really just Dalton Kincaid and Knox, and the lack of production on the outside becomes a huge issue where teams just go, hey, we're not worried about those wide receivers. We're going to stack the box, stop James Cook, and then see if Josh Allen can beat us with this ragtag group. That's my only concern for the Bills. That is it. Other than that, they're stacked across the board. But you're also paying your quarterback $350 million. So I agree. I think Coleman takes a big jump. I think Coleman takes a big step, becomes wide receiver 1 for them, and then they'll be just fine.
Quickly, MVPs, and then we'll do our week 1 picks here. 4 games week 1.
I'll go first. I think it's going to be Joe Burrow.
Damn it. I knew you did that, so I couldn't go first, you dick.
That's
Yeah,
why
I have Joe Burrow as well. I think as long as they can make the playoffs, he'll win MVP. Right? I mean, last year, Joe Burrow's numbers were still unbelievable, but they were a losing football team. You can't give the MVP to a losing football team. As long as they can at least make the playoffs, his numbers this year are going to be so
stupid.
So stupid. They're just going to throw the ball all over the yard. They're going to be at times from behind a lot because of their defense, or it's just going to be shootouts. Like it's going to be one of the two. It's going to be shootouts or it's going to be come from behind, which means Joe Burrow is going to throw the ball 55 to 60 times a game and have 350 yards and 3 or 4 touchdowns with 1 interception. But his numbers are going to be nuts.
But they got to win. They got to.
They got to get to the playoffs.
win.
They have to get to the playoffs, or else no matter what, he will not win it.
Yeah. So my MVP. It's kind of shocking that there was a guy in the NFL last year that threw for 4,000 yards, ran for almost 1,000. Threw 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, led the league in passer rating, QBR, yards per attempt, et cetera, a bunch of other categories. I don't even have a problem with Josh Allen winning MVP, but Lamar Jackson put up ridiculous productivity last year. And I think part of the reason why he didn't win is because voters sit there, the 50 AP voters, and they're like, well, Josh hasn't won one yet, and this would be Lamar's 3rd. Has he earned a 3rd MVP? I think there's a lot of that sort of political chatter that goes on. But I think Lamar Jackson, 28 years old, he's got like 9 years left of NFL high-level play. So I think he gets his 3rd MVP this year. At some point, he needs a Super Bowl, but that dude's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, sure. I mean, what he does is ridiculous. I mean, it really is. I mean, the fact that the best athletes in the world can't get him on the ground is nuts. Right, like you just as soon as he leaves the pocket, you're like, oh boy. I mean, he's juking Myles Garrett, he's juking T.J. Watt, like the best of getting dudes on the ground, and he's just sidestepping, or he looks like he's in slow motion, and then he's 0 to 100. He is so much fun to watch.
It's a stud. All right, boys, let's bring the picks back on the podcast here. Weekly picks. We pick straight up winners. We pick 4 featured games every single week. And Alex was the winner of the whole thing last year for us. And Jeremiah, I think you finished 2nd, and I finished 3rd place. It was very close, but Alex was ultimately the winner. So I have curated 4 games that we think are going to be competitive, at least on paper, and close. And we'll start with Alex, Jeremiah, and then myself. In fact, our graphics department's been hard at work. The standings are wiped clean.
Yeah,
we're all 0-0.
Everyone's Super Bowl winners right now, man.
Undefeated.
And here are this week's games for the YouTube audience. Click that like button and the subscribe button, by the way. Appreciate you guys. So game number 1 in Brazil, Friday night. We're skipping over the Eagles and the Cowboys here because there's 4 other games we want to pick. Chiefs versus Chargers in Brazil. Alex.
I'm going Chargers all the way. I think they start off straight. I just read that, what's his name, the running back's going to be playing. Najee Harris is going to be playing, so I'm super excited about that. Get the 1-2 combo going. I mean, I think, don't get me wrong, the Chiefs are a great team. I just like what the Chargers have done with their offensive line, what they've drafted that running back out of North Carolina. I think they're on the right path to what they want to do. It fits Giro's scheme a lot better, so I'm excited about this. I think Chargers.
I'm going to go the Chargers here as well, just because I think there's a bit of a pushed the ball up the hill so many years in a row, that team's going to be a little bit more fatigued than we think. Right? We talked about on the show a lot. When you go deep into the playoffs and to the Super Bowl and lose, like that offseason continually gets cut short. You have to re-get up every single year. Okay, push the ball back up the hill. Like, I think Andy Reid's going to have that team wired. I think it's going to be a great game, but I think that the Chargers are going to control the clock, keep Mahomes off the field, and it's not going to be a high-scoring game. I think this is going to be a 17 to 21, 24 type of game. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game.
Chargers, it's a clean sweep. I think the Chargers win this game for reasons that we talked about in the season picks. I think this is the first stamp that Jim Harbaugh's Chargers put on the division, and the warning shot across over to the Chiefs saying that there is a transition in the AFC West. Okay, Lions at Packers. Booney.
I got the Packers winning. I think if their newly acquired defensive end is playing, I think that place is going to be turned the fuck up. I think it's going to be insane. I think if they play all the way up until Saturday, like, I don't know if he's going to be there, guys. We're not sure, not looking good. And then all of a sudden Sunday, they're like, suit up, big dog. It's place going to go crazy, dude.
I have the Lions. I think the Lions this is a statement game for them, much like you said with Harbaugh. I think this is Dan Campbell going, yeah, we lost some pieces, but we're still top dogs in this division, right? We still know how to win this division. We still know how to play these guys. Like, they're the same team that we beat up on last year. I still think the Lions win this game with the back of Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting. If the Lions come out and just look terrible, it's going to be panic and alarms and, oh my gosh, Ben Johnson was the secret ingredient. I don't know that they look terrible, but I do think the Packers ride the excitement of the trade. The Packers are also just a really good team looking to get over a hump. So give me the Packers at home in this one. Ravens at Bills, Sunday night football. Booney.
Here we go. This game is going to be fucking electric, but I have the Bills only because they're at home. I think that this game is completely even all the way through. I love both quarterbacks. I think they're both going to have electric gears, but I love the first game home at the Bills, and I'm taking them all the way.
Yeah, I'm with you, Booney. I think the home field advantage here is what's going to make the difference. Right? If this game was in Baltimore, I'd 100% pick the Ravens.
Yeah,
right?
I would.
These early games, there's so much is built on excitement there, right? But I do think that the Bills are going to make their Super Bowl charge. They got to beat them for. This is going to be the AFC Championship. Right? This might be the AFC Championship rematch. It really might be. And, it's hard to beat a team twice, but I do think that the Bills are going to show, hey, if we want to win the Super Bowl, we have to show we can beat the best in our conference. I think the Bills come out.
Yeah. So I think it's the Ravens on the road here because I think they're going to learn from what happened last year. A lot is made over the Bengals getting off to slow starts. The Ravens have had this problem throughout the years too, including last year. We remember the finished product, which was a 12-5 team that was steamrolling everybody and scoring 35, 40 points every week. Well, the first 2 weeks, they got beat. They started 0-2 last year.
Did they lose to the Raiders last year?
Yeah, Chiefs in week 1, and then home against the Raiders in week 2.
Yeah, the fans were like, dude, this team sucks. I was like, okay, listen, calm down.
Panic in Baltimore.
It was. And then they rattled off like 5 straight wins, and they were the Ravens that dominate the regular season. So I think they're going to take care of business in a really tough environment on the road. So it's going to knock the Bills back to 0-1, but then the Bills will just like feast on a bad division and go forward. So give me the Ravens. And then Monday Night Football, the last game on our slate, Vikings at Bears. Rhino.
I don't want to pick this game. I don't know if anyone knows this, but that Vikings game in Chicago every year is always it's
so hard to win.
It's cursed. That's what it is. It's fucking cursed. Okay. I remember when we were getting ready to go and everybody was like, dude, this week it's different. And I was like, we talking about that, like, it's just always different here in Chicago. I got knocked unconscious until Wednesday. And I was like forever believing that place was cursed. Now I say that, and I'm going to say this. I have all the faith in KOC. Okay. I have a lot of faith in him. I am pulling right now that JJ is going to be better than Caleb. And I'm standing on business when I say that. And remember, that's a U of M product. Okay. I'm not proud to say that, but at some point, they were in the Big Ten before the USC. So fuck that shit. Let's go Vikings over the Bears in the wildest game of the week. I am so excited to see this. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I'd take the Vikings here as well, strictly because I think they take the ball away from Caleb Williams. Right? I think that turnovers are going to be the biggest factor in this game. Does JJ have some young jitters and throw a couple balls up in the air and they go get him, or do they get some pressure to JJ early and speed up his timing?
No.
That's the only thing that derails this, is if JJ throws 2 interceptions or there's turnovers. But I believe in this Vikings defense. I really like Brian Flores. I like Grenard. I like Van Ginkel. I like Dallas Turner. Josh. I mean, you can go on and on about the front of this Vikings defense. I think they're going to really rattle Caleb Williams early and often in this game, and that's going to get him to throw some bad balls later or take some really bad sack fumbles. The difference is going to be the turnovers in this game. I like the Vikings defense versus Ben Johnson's offense.
Hardest part about this, and I was just thinking this because you said it, it's not the personnel, it's the scheme. It's the first game of the year, and you don't know what he's coming out with. You have no fucking clue. If you're Caleb Williams, you're going to be chasing ghosts, because this is what happens in a game like this. The coaches go back and they're like, well, we pulled film from 5 years ago, and you're like, don't do this to me, right? And then they make you sit there and watch it, and you're like, oh my God, I'm losing my mind. Like I'm going to have PTSD. And then you get in the game, and it's nothing of what they made you watch, and you're like, I'm fucked.
I mean, I could fully see Brian Flores just going, hey, we're just going to line up in 5 and rush 5-0 the whole game.
Yeah.
Right? Not crazy blitzes, and then all of a sudden you had all these plans, these checks, these things for when you see sway and movement and this guy, and he's just be like, no, I'm just going to straight rush you and see what happens. Right? And then I'll pick my times for when I'm really going to come after you. But I could definitely see this not being the Brian Flores defense we're used to seeing with crazy crap everywhere, and him just playing this straight up and going, all right, Caleb, beat me in zone coverage. Right. Show me you can find the zones and beat it. It's going to be so fascinating to watch
while we're breathing down your fucking neck.
I think my pick goes without saying. It's the Vikings here, but and you guys touched on a lot of it, but people are so focused. Like I was watching ESPN this morning, and they're talking about Monday Night Football, and it's all about Caleb and JJ McCarthy. And I'm picking the Vikings for reasons that have nothing to do really with JJ McCarthy. Just take the quarterbacks out for a second and do a tail of the tape with everything else. The Bears have improved in some areas, but the Vikings defense is if the Vikings win 11 games this year and go to the playoffs, and there's a pie chart of reasons why the Vikings were really good, the defense will be the number one biggest reason why the Vikings are good this year. And then offensive line and weapons, and then McCarthy's ability to not crash the car, basically.
Absolutely, dude. So. Why? Because if the defense plays their role, JJ
they're only scoring 10 points. Right. They're only scoring 10 points.
You're not like,
Vikings,
hey, JJ, we need you to score 31 points. It's like, hey, man, just go out and have fun, right? Just throw the ball around a little bit, do a little bit of this where you hand it off. If you can let the defense really take over and become the aggressors this season, then all of a sudden it takes a huge load off the offense, and it's like, hey, man, we don't have to play catch-up. Like we talked about with Joe Burrow throwing it a million times.
I think if the Vikings can score 24 points, they'll be undefeated. Like, I honestly believe that if you can score 24 points, this defense is going to hold just about every other team in this league under 24 points. They are that good. Like they have, and this isn't the homerism, like you look across the board, defensive line, linebacker, secondary, it is star-studded lineup all the way across the board.
When Jeremiah farts, this is the noise that comes out now.
Yeah, for sure.
Or whatever the Buffalo Bills version of it is.
Right.
All right, dudes. Our first season picks, our first weekly picks of the year.
Football's back.
Oh, let's go, dudes.
Have fun at back to school night, Booney.
I don't think I'm going. I'm going to be honest with you. I really think I'm just
power move it and bring your iPad and just watch it on the iPad the whole time. Dude, not even the phone. I'm talking about the iPad, the 12-inch iPad, and just be like, oh, hi, Mrs. Fanton, and just eyes down and be like, you're going to do what? Okay, yeah, that sounds great. Oh, they scored. You see that? Look at this throw.
Collins was sliding in. Hold on.
Hold on. Everyone shut the fuck. Hey, everyone shut the fuck up. Here we go. Okay.
Penalty.
For the Rhino, for Jay, I'm Phil. Click that like button, the subscribe button on the OLine Committee YouTube channel, and we'll see you for Mike's on Monday, recapping week 1 in the